The blame game is going on at the moment. So I think it's important to recognise that the migration problem in the UK is mishandled badly by the Home Office. So badly that, of course, it's sending out signals across Europe that this is an easy route into the UK, that the Channel is something that can be risked. At the same time, there are gangs putting out messages, particularly into Albania, that this is something that is worth trying. For somebody on a low income, to be told that now is the time, and before any further crackdowns, now is the opportunity. And at the same time, instead of dealing with the problem, the Home Secretary and her cronies are busy apportioning blame, and particularly blaming the rise in Albanian migration, which has risen from 2021 to a very modest percentage to now to about 42% of all migrants crossing, apparently. But, how do we know? Because the paperwork hasn't been done. So there's an element of speculation about this. And Claire Mosley, who runs Care for Calais, said that she recognised the relative success of people using boats to get to the UK, and this may have driven the rise in Albanian migration. But I think it's really important that what Eddie Rama said yesterday is taken into account by the Prime Minister, who has a much sounder head than Suella Braverman, I suspect. And Eddie Rama, who already some weeks ago announced an initiative to help the UK, he says it makes easy rhetoric, but it ignores hard facts, and that's the key, really. The Home Office is busy on the rhetoric and not dealing with the reality. And I would see I would see it as more than a possibility that Eddie Rama and the Albanian authorities could withdraw their support and help. And that would make it significantly harder to identify the criminals and the gang leaders, and to be able to repatriate those Albanians who are not genuinely seeking asylum. Now, there are many reasons why somebody, even from a country like Albania, which is part of NATO, may seek asylum. There's a well-documented issue of feuding in Albania, which hasn't been sorted out. It's one reason why there's a delay in the European application. I personally think Albania is a wonderful country, but the standard of living is very low. The lure for economic migration must be considerable still. And memories die hard. It's only a matter of years since the oppression of the Enver Hoxha regime. I think we need to pull back on the rhetoric, and I think Suella Braverman needs to start doing the work and start presiding over the work that her ministry should have done years ago. That work is firstly to process the paperwork and clear some of the backlog. And I think simply by employing another 500 people, that is not going to be effective. 500 people to clear a huge backlog is nothing. We need to move a significant number of civil servants from other ministries into the Home Office. Then we need to improve conditions in the various detention camps around the country. And finally, we need to send out more positive signals across Europe and across the world that there are different methods for coming to the UK, and that they depend on what people can offer. That's not simply a matter of academic qualifications, it's a matter of what we need and what people can offer. And we need to start renewing some of the visa schemes which we obliterated in the past because they're too difficult to operate at speed when our bureaucrats are going slow. The key to solving our problem is improving our bureaucracy. Everything else is dependent on that.